everybody, it's Red. Welcome back to more Skyward Sword. Last time we came here into the Lanero mining facility to get through it and meet Zelda on the other side. This time we're gonna keep going through the dungeon. So first thing we have is this room, and this room's actually a lot simpler than you'd think. There's plenty of things to do here. I mean, plenty of enemies to fight and all that good stuff, but I messed up. Basically, there's gonna be these spikes right here that do hurt you if you run into them, and they're gonna be blocking your way in many different ways. The only way forward, well, the actual way forward, is by coming up here, these stairs on this corner of the room, I guess the southeastern corner? I've never been great with cardinal directions, and no, I wanna go back. I don't like fighting these guys at like melee range, so let me just send the beetle over like so, and blow it up. There we go. And then we can just keep going. Usually these platforms right here are gonna be like too narrow for you to throw a bomb flower. Jeez, again, the impulse should call it bomb rock, but sometimes you can just like land the bomb flower here, and that's gonna be good enough. But you know, the enemies are like right there, so why would you want to do that? So there you go. This is the place that you want to be, you know, just right across the room. And there's also a treasure chest right there, but again, no other way to get up here other than going through that little bit of platforming. So let's just come up here real quick, and oh, I see those guys. Of course I see those guys, but I'm just gonna ignore them. Shoot, nope, shoot, nope, shoot, nope, just gonna, oh, blue rupee, hi, and then just grab this treasure chest. This is where this item's from?
Game!
Seriously, if any of you guys have any tips on how to deal with the Gust Bellows in Smash Ult, I will gladly hear those. But anyway, the Gust Bellows. It's one of my favorite items, to be honest, because just like in Mario Sunshine and in Luigi's Mansion, you get the instinct to just clean everything up. The Gust Bellows does the same thing for me here in Zelda. So, basically this item, it's just a big vacuum cleaner, I guess? But like, opposite vacuum? You know, it's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. And I just had to make a reference there, okay? Excuse me. And alright, we also have those guys. With smaller enemies, you can usually just blow them off of your path and all that good stuff. And with bigger enemies, it's usually only gonna be like a minor inconvenience, if anything at all. How do I get back up there? Oh, right here. Yay. Okay, I guess I was wrong in saying that there was no other... Anyway, you catch my drift. Alright, so you could just fight these guys, you know, use the slingshot, or you could use the Gust Bellows, like so. These guys are full of air. Just blow them away. Yay. And you blow us all away. If only we knew that Hamilton and Burr were talking about the Gust Bellows. Maybe they are talking about a fan, and not their children. Huh. That would make zero sense. But it's a fun headcanon nonetheless. Alright, if you push this box down here, it's gonna give you a shortcut so you don't have to do the platforming in this area anymore. You just drop down here and do boom. Just do a little bit of parkour and you're done. And then you also have some crates. So, the Gust Bellows. It's another one of those items that, like, people are a little divided on. And as I said, it's one of my favorites just because I get to do some cleaning. I love that. But of course, for the purposes of the videos, I am gonna hold myself back. And in general, you're not really gonna be using this item in combat a whole lot. It really is more of a utility item than anything else. But you, of course, need it to get through some places. Especially if that place is the dungeon you found the item in. There we go. So we're back into that big old room that we found before, that we couldn't really do anything. You know, we were blocked up there even though we shouldn't be because game logic. Also, keys, are they back? Yes! Yeah, I did save and reload my game just because, nope. Just because, you know, I wanted to take a break, you know, as people do. So I'm not sure if that's what caused the keys to respawn, or if, take the stairs, I learned my lesson, or if they respawn because there's a transition in these areas. Oh, bye! Or if the transition between this room and the previous room actually caused those keys to respawn. When coming back, I noticed that it didn't cause the Hydras to respawn, but the keys did. So, eh? Or maybe they'll respawn right here and I'll be completely wrong. No, they didn't. Okay, awesome. Now, first we went through that door. Now we have to go through this door. But you can see that it's blocked. We went that way and then we saw that there was this thing that we couldn't do anything with. Bye, dude. Bye. So we can probably do something with that. Not just get a heart, but also, aha! Uncover a switch. I'm just gonna kill these guys because they can be annoying. Yes, I'm talking about the bots. Jeez. You think I'm talking about the Arakas? Of course not. Nope. It actually grabbed onto my face like Alien. Oh, that's cool. You know, that old movie. Yeah, anyway. So just pick up this block right here, pull it into the good place. Well, the place where it's supposed to be. Also, how good is the good place? Holy crap! I mean, Season 3 was kind of meh, to be honest. I think they kind of overdid it with the whole, hey, let's discuss ethics. But, wow, they just picked it right back up in Season 4. Ah, love that show. And, I don't know. It's just like, it's such a good show, and I'm like having a great time watching it. So, you know, no, go back to your, there we go, boom, pop. So, I just, anything with Kristen Bell, to be honest. Frozen and, shoot, what is the other one called? The one of the detective. Veronica Mars. Yeah. Oh, jeez, I just love Kristen Bell. She's just amazing. Whew. So, yeah, literally anything that has her in it, like, I'm gonna be a fan of. And speaking of Frozen, I just watched Frozen 2, and I gotta say, I loved the movie, but I was extremely disappointed in one scene. And, like, no spoilers about the movie. I mean, by the point that this video comes out, the movie's gonna be out for like a couple months. But no spoilers. But there's a scene when Elsa is, you know, looking at the past and that kind of thing. And then she sees herself singing Let It Go, you know, the whole moment where, you know, she realizes that she doesn't have to be afraid of her powers and she can just be herself and all that good stuff. And then the animators, screenwriters, or whatever had Elsa make fun of Let It Go. Does that make any sense at all? Like, seriously, does it? It absolutely doesn't. I mean, Elphaba would never make fun of defying gravity. And so why is Elsa making fun of Let It Go? Well, honestly, the only explanation that I can find is kind of one of the rants that I went on during Pikmin 3. And it's that the internet is the reason. So, hooray, hate culture. Yeah. Basically, like, the only explanation that I can find for why Elsa would make fun of, like, oh, hey, I was, like, being a queen and dancing and singing in my ice palace and all that cool stuff. I'm gonna look back on that and be ashamed of it because reasons. Like, the only reason I can actually find, well, you know, in-universe reason. Well, there are no in-universe reasons, that's what I'm trying to say. But the only reason that I can find is that they wanted to make a little nod as to the whole thing, like, oh yeah, Let It Go became so popular that people were annoyed by it. So, you know, like, it's just, they wanted to lampshade, like, ah, hey guys, we totally get that Let It Go. Yeah, and then my microphone pooped because I was talking about an internet thing. So I was just saying that Disney wanted to lampshade a little bit because of how much hate Let It Go got, because of how popular it got. And I really don't think I need to talk about how annoying it is that, you know, anything that's popular immediately becomes annoying. Like, oh, Gangnam Style is now annoying. Oh, What Does the Fox Say now is annoying. Oh, now Let It... Yep. Well, now Let It Go is annoying. Oh, and now this is annoying. That is annoying. Like, just let things be popular, people. Jeez. It's not difficult to be a good person and let people enjoy things, you know? And then we could also go into the whole discussion on, you know, like, how the internet and people in general are primed to hate things marketed towards girls in general, not women. I mean, women too, and teenage girls especially, to be honest, but also girls. And this is the moment where I figure out that my mic was pooped, so back to original commentary. Great, just as I was in the middle of a really important rant for me, my microphone decided to poop. So, sure, I guess I won't talk about it anymore. I mean, I will finish up the rant. So, just, like, Frozen 2 was such an amazing movie, and Anna's song where, you know, she has a solo song towards the end of the second act, and that song is just amazing. Kristoff's early 2000s love ballad, I laughed my butt off with that song. Like, my cheeks were hurting because of how much I laughed. Olaf was a good character. You know, he wasn't just the silly companion anymore, and I kind of appreciate that. You know, just have Olaf the Second Coming, that would be kind of annoying. But they actually gave him some new character in that movie, so that was cool. They didn't just give Elsa a new pet so they could sell more merch. So, you know, they made a lot of amazing decisions for that movie. The story was great and original, so it wasn't just more of the same thing. And so, like, I'm just confused as to why they would bend to the whole everything wrong with culture. Because, what the heck, Disney? I mean, there are many things the heck with Disney. One of them being their monopoly over Hollywood that they kind of have right now. But, yeah, they just caved to people who barely understand cinema. And they just decided to complain about things, and then they decided to lampshade on a thing that didn't really need lampshading because it really wasn't a big of a deal. And they completely decided to ignore how important of a moment that was for Elsa, you know, letting go. And now let's just make fun of it because, hey, the kids from the internet are gonna vibe with it. Ha ha ha. Sometimes I hate studio executives. I hate them. But anyway, so you can see how much we're using the Gust Bellows here in this dungeon. And the Gust Bellows is one of those items that is definitely... Wait, hang on. Oh cool, just an Ember Relic. I'm gonna grab that in a second. Yeah, the Gust Bellows is definitely very useful here in the dungeon that we find it in. But outside, it is unfortunately not gonna be as useful. But definitely, and here I go again, it's more useful than the spinner. So, yeah, I am gonna keep grabbing on the spinner. It's such a cool item, and I'm just so mad that they... Ugh. Anyway, but yeah, like, we're gonna keep using the Gust Bellows every now and then. Here we're actually gonna see the Gust Bellows in action. It's not like, yeah, the Gust Bellows is an amazing item when it comes to combat. It's not. It's just that these enemies can only be defeated by the Gust Bellows, so just blow on the thing up there. If you're fast enough, you can usually take care of both crystals at once. Right there I screwed up a little bit, because my Wiimote movement was more like a slice than a stab. But basically you... Ow. Basically, you have to slice one of the crystals and then stab the other one. Like so. There we go. Yeah, they don't really give you any other options into how to do that. So, again, it's just like aiming your sword combat. You know what Skyward Sword's all about. Having fun! Yay! Of course it is. But yeah, that's just a cool enemy, and you have to use the Gust Bellows. You really don't have a choice there. And because they are required to open a couple doors, then yeah, you don't need to use it. So there you go. We get the map. Got the map. Hey. Got the map. Hey. And we did get all the treasure chests right there. Also, let me just use the beetle real quick. Okay, got the Ember Relic, yay! Now let's just keep going. Over this door, we should be going back to screen transition. Yes, the main room of the game. First things first, you probably want to do this. Hit the switch. Open up the shortcut. You know, better have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Here we're gonna have the same mechanic that we saw in the desert. Which is to watch the map to figure out where you can walk. Yay! So I kind of get why they didn't give us the stamina potion right off the bat here in the desert. Because, you know, they wanted to make puzzles like these matter. You know, force you to use the map and whatnot. But, and like there's also a skip that you can do if you have enough stamina, where you can kind of ignore the Temple of Time section. So, you know, they wanted you to go through the Temple of Time. So yeah, that's a cool thing that they wanted you to do. Also, if you ever see these things, means it's a dead end. You know, it's just those guys telling you to stop. So there we go. And I get it, like, they don't want you skipping the Temple of Time, so that's why they don't give you stamina potions before you finish Lanayru. But here's a really easy solution. Instead of just being like, nah, you can't use it until you're done with the desert, the area where stamina potions are most useful. Instead of doing that, they could just insert the trigger of the... Oh, great. They could just change the trigger to where the stamina potions are available to, let's say, for example, unlocking Lanayru Mining Facility. And I get it, again, they kind of want it to be like... oh, hey, you still have to use the map in here, because that's a cool mechanic, right? And it is a cool mechanic, I do like it. But, like, instead of just being, hey, we're gonna force you to do this... What? Shoot, 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 shoot! I walked into the wrong place. So, yeah, instead of just being a thing where they're like, hey, we're gonna force you to do this, it would just be like a reward for people who thought to go back to Skyloft, you know? And because they don't do it, it's more punishment, really. So, yeah, I don't know. I just have feelings about... No! I just have feelings about the whole, we're not gonna give you stamina potions until you're done with the area where they're most useful in. Okay, and then here we go. Yeah. It's, the path lines up with, like, the very edge of this thing, you know? It's that simple. And then we're gonna have a straight path. Actually, not completely straight. Just like me. Wait, hang on. Yeah, we do have a little bit more to go over here, so let's just... you missed, dude. Your life was so useless. There we go, Gust Bellows. So there are just a couple piles of sand. Oh, another Ember Relic, I'll take that. And then over here I'm gonna guess rupees? Rupee, singular, alright. And then we can just go back over this way. There we go. And then just slice this choo-choo with horizontal slices because we're fast as heck. Or we weren't close enough. There we go. Ooh, and Jelly Bomb. But alright. The place where we have to go is actually right over here. You can just look at the map and then you'll see that this is the only way forward. I just wanted to get this treasure right here because, well, it's a good idea. And you can see that the path is left, and then you turn right, which is the only way. Go straight, then turn again, then turn again, and then turn again. So, yeah. It's not too bad, but, you know, it can be kind of annoying to follow these paths. Sometimes you're gonna find green rupees, maybe a blue rupee, I suppose. But... yeah, all in all, it's just like, whatever, just, it's not too difficult, but it can be kind of frustrating if you're like, where do I go? But yeah, and it's not that way, yeah. And you can see that I'm sprinting here, not really caring about my stamina, because the regular crouching speed is the same as the exhausted crouching speed. So, running out of stamina in those places actually really doesn't matter, you know? Also, I want to draw my sword here, and then just... boom! Skip some of this room. Yeah, screw you, spikes! That's actually a very easy skip. Usually you're gonna have to, ordinarily, you're gonna have to go through this entire maze just cleaning up this sand. And if you're like me, you're gonna clean up the whole sand. And throughout the place, you're gonna find these spike walls. And that's how you know you're not supposed to be there. You know, that acts like the maze walls. But because of that skip, we can actually just go straight ahead to... spikes actually hurt enemies here, that's cool. We can actually just go straight into this place where we have the switch that opens the door. Yeah, barely even using the Gust Bellows at all. But there is one chest that we can get, which should be good. Just go away. Which should be right over this way, over here at the end. Also, you can bump into the wall or whatever. And aha, found you. Okay. Oh, 20 rupees. I'll take them. You know the drill. Better have it and not need it. They need it and not have it. Ow! Alright. Did you drop anything? No. And, oh my gosh. Everything is dying because of these spikes. Okay. And there we go. We're past this room. This is a really cool room. I actually like it a lot. And it introduces you to a mechanic that we're going to be seeing a little bit later. Which is just floor sand. And you have to destroy the floor sand in order to... get through the place and uncover secrets. There are like, maybe, I don't know, 10 rupees under the sand in that room. So, you know, nothing too important. Now, right here, this switch is already pulled. And that's because this switch uncovers this mine cart. And Do it. Well, the switch doesn't uncover the minecart. If you push the switch, it's gonna immediately summon the minecart to you. And right up here, we have an enemy that I suggest you take care of, because otherwise, yikes. But real quick, I just want to hurry on up here and push this switch and bike right outside. There we go. That's what those switches do. You know, if you ever see a switch already pulled, and oh, Master, look at this. Oh, there's a boss door back there. All right. There's a great door here that is locked tight. It is only logical that something of great importance likely rests behind this door. You mean like the boss? Alright, and then let's just boop, boop. There we go. There's actually a really cool skip that's gonna skip like, I don't know, 10 minutes? And it involves like jump slashing onto the corner of this minecart. I've never been able to do it, I've never really given it a good try. But just for the sake of, you know, showing off the whole temple, I'm not gonna do it. You can check out speedruns on you know, to find out how to do that. Not that all speedruns just go through an Nintendo mining facility, but the ones that do, like 2018 and earlier. So this entry right here, it can give you so much trouble. So I highly recommend that you take care of it, because as you can see, we have to use the gust bellows on that pinwheel right there. And if you don't destroy the sentry, it's just gonna give you lots of trouble and deal like 2 hearts of damage with each missile. Yeah, and so if you're playing on Master... Oh, just 1 heart. Sure, I'll take it. And come on, don't do the thing. Missile? Yeah, there we go. At least I didn't take shield damage. Oh, rupees, 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 rupees. And blue. And green. Oh, red, blue, and green. Just like the first generation of Pokemon games. Yay! But yeah, like, it's a great idea to take care of that sentry. Otherwise, this pinwheel is gonna be the end of you. Oh, yeah. So there we go, pinwheel, just use wind, it's really not a complicated puzzle at all. And also the sentry is gonna follow you in here. You're also gonna see a few of these BMOs, and that should take care of them. You actually do have to use Skyward Strikes, which I like a lot, but again, Skyward Strikes only deal half damage. So in order to actually kill the BMOs, you have to use 2 Skyward Strikes in each segment, and then 2 Skyward Stabs on the eye. So it can be a little, I don't know, time-consuming, annoying to be like, hey, Skyward Strike. So I just recommend that you hide behind the minecart. That's just faster. It's not like you can pick up the rupees that the BMOs are gonna drop or anything. So there we go. Just keep hiding. Just be the coward that I know you are. Summon the coward that you've always been. Let go of the stupid idea of bravery and survive. That's actually what I'm recommending you do. Oh wow. So there we go. Now that time is back in this place, the pinwheel is not rusty anymore. Oh yeah, and also choo-choos didn't exist in the past. Wait, shoot. I used my left finger to point at the choo-choo, and that pulled out my shield. Alright, so there we go. In the past, the pinwheels are not rusty anymore, so you can actually activate that shortcut. Here we're gonna have a thing, actually, there's this staircase. I think it's just gonna be a treasure chest. Nope, something we can't even do. Thanks. I got baited. Well, baited into curiosity or whatever. So there we go. You actually don't have to get rid of all the sand. It's always just enough to activate the time shift stone. And then, you know, once you hit the time shift stone, then you're good to go. Because guess what? Dust didn't exist in the past. It's a creation of the present. Because of those millennial kids. Wait, are you gonna... Great, my Skyward Strike wore off. Alright, there we go. A 1, a 2, and a 3. Nope. I accidentally hit B. Alright, kill the thing, grab the rupee, and then come over this way. And right here, I'm just so worried that I always like to, you know, stay as close to the ledge as possible. Because we're gonna have to do some motion. I mean, some puzzling in motion. So there we go, just gonna do this. The game's nice enough to give you like plenty of time as long as you know what you're doing. So there we go. We open the door and then we can just come over here, push this switch because it's gonna be faster than just waiting for the minecart to come all the way over. And then we have to let go, and then stab once, deactivate, And stab again. Yeah. Whenever I look at gaps like these, I just always want to do the Gale Boomerang skip in Twilight Princess. But unfortunately, it's not a thing in this game. I don't even know if it's a thing in the HD version. Yeah, I just remember doing it in the GameCube. Just because, like, it's such a cool trick, and I just wanted to use it. But yeah, I don't even know if it works in the HD version. But alright, there we go, and then just hop. Yeah. This is actually the first game in which Link was able to jump. Not Breath of the Wild. There we go. Yeah, you can actually do, like, little front hops. So, you know, yay, there we go. Also, we're gonna have Steam coming out of these things. Also, Steam Summer Sale just happened, and I bought The Witcher 1 and 2 for 7 reais. And that's like dirt cheap. Holy crap. Ugh, I don't even know how many dollars that is, but, you know, because I don't buy in dollars. I'm not that kind of rich. Okay, and then, yeah, you can, you know, it takes a couple seconds in order to blow those guys off the ledge with the gust bellows. So, I still recommend using the slingshot. And this right here, it gives me so much trouble, you know, all this steam. Just because, like, the hitbox. One hitbox for, like, one of those steam things doesn't end where the other one ends. They kind of overlap at the end. So, I don't know, I just had so much trouble with those because of... oh great, I only have 2 bombs. Okay. The perfect game, I failed. I failed. Shoot, what do I do now? Ha, I knew the game wasn't poorly made. Okay, you can just... Nope. There we go. Alright. Whew. Okay, now I feel better. I have enough bombs. Also, why didn't it go in? The arc was showing that it would go in. It probably hit the wall or something, so there we go. It blew up, and then inside we have a green rupee. Yay, money. I just love grabbing pocket change. Ooh, excuse me, little burp. Yeah, I was just eating chocolate chip cookies. Good lord, I love chocolate chip cookies. Oh, I love my recipe and I'm never sharing it. Yeah, like I've said this before, like grabbing rupees in this game is so cathartic. You know, it just feels so good. In some games it's like whatever, but here in Skyward Sword, it just feels good to grab rupees, you know? They are just so shiny and so glossy at the same time, and I love that. Alright, now let's do the little jump hop. There we go. And oh great, we're gonna have to do this. Wait, I didn't have to go down. I need to stay up there. I'll be right back. Hello, Beamos, and goodbye, Beamos. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Goodbye. Alright, and then we can just hurry on over here. As long as we don't get hit by the rocks, we're good. And, like, I'm not entirely sure what those things are, but I like to believe that they are basically unrefined time shift stones. One of the LD units outside said that this is where they make time shift stones. So I like to think that those things right there are time shift stone ore. Yeah, so cool. I don't know, just, you know, tiny things that Fi doesn't actually pop out and say, Mega Man, that's time shift stone ore. You know, so you just have to like come up to the conclusion on your own. Also, can I do something with the beetle against you? I didn't even get the chance. Great. Okay, goodbye. And then you're gonna send out those little bombs. These things are gonna blow up if you let them come close to you, if, you know, you touch them. And of course you have to slice them in the direction. You don't have to like, slice them in the perfect way. You just have to use, you know, the directional slice that corresponds to the direction in which the little light glows. As long as you do that, the game recognizes that you performed a successful slice, and then you're good. Now, over here, we have the solution to the puzzle that we're gonna have in the room. So, you can see that this one is, like, very tall, and this one is, like, 2 things tall. And then behind this one, it's completely hidden. So basically what it means is that we have to hit in 1, and then 2 over there, and then 3 over here. Yeah, that's the order that we have to use to solve the puzzle. Yay, puzzling. Actually, do I have to use this thing? Oh yeah, I totally do because the box blocking up there. Alright. So let's just pick up the gust bellows and then blow this thing this way. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Whew. So this dungeon, actually, it's been a couple of days since I recorded the last episode, so I don't remember if I said this, but this dungeon is a lot longer than both Skyview Temple and the Earth Temple. And usually Zelda games are gonna have a dungeon that works as a, you know, like the trial of the skill. Great way to put it. And it's basically there to make sure that you are skilled enough to keep going with the game, you know. It basically means that, hey, this is the difficulty spike in the game. So if you're not prepared, then you're gonna have a bad time. You better get used to it. You better get used to the game mechanics right now. And this is that game. This is that temple for that. You know, this temple is just so much longer than the previous ones. And the puzzles here are actually a little bit more difficult. Your first time around, because then you have to think like with more items, and the enemies, they're actually pretty powerful. And then you have to think about using your shield a lot more, which is something that you can actually go up to this part in the game completely ignoring if you want. You don't actually have to fight Octoroks, so you can just ignore them, you know? It's gonna be kind of annoying because you're gonna be hit with those little pebbles all the time. But yeah, technically you can just ignore them, no problem. So you really don't have to use the shield at all. The sentries, however, yeah, you're gonna have a bad time if you wanna ignore them. So, you know, this really is the temple that puts your skills to the test. Actually, I'm just gonna drop down right here. Doop, doop, and done. So, yeah, I really like Linear Mining Facility. It's probably one of my favorite temples in Zelda ever. I do like Varuta a lot in Breath of the Wild, and I'll never get over how cool the Great Bay Temple and Stone Tower temples are in Majora's Mask. But I don't know, I just love this one specifically so much. It's just so cool. Yeah, with the whole, like, the time shift stones. They're one of the most brilliant mechanics that Zelda team has ever come up with, and that's no exaggeration. Like, it is just so brilliant. Wait. I screwed up. And there we go. That wasn't so hard now, was it? It was. Nah, just kidding. Okay, over here we're gonna have two of these guys. I recommend staying over to one side, and they're only gonna aggro when you cross this line. So you don't have to worry about one of them as long as you stay to one side. Okay, there we go. And then slice that and stab this. There we go. Yeah, this time I was fast enough. You lose. You lose. If you make God bleed, people stop believing in him. Okay, and then stab, stab, stab. I failed the stabbing. Okay. And then just, nope, blow. I failed the blowing too. Jeez, why am I so bad at stabbing and blowing? Oh my gosh. Alright, these guys can come out of that range. That's just their aggro range, yeah. Okay, and then we can just do this, and boom. And also, they're nice enough to turn around after you've destroyed one of the crystals. So you can only focus on the other crystal, you know, not really have to worry about anything. Just destroy the crystal, and then boom, you're done. Also, I don't think I've ever seen this room in the past. I mean, the future. So, let's just grab this chest real quick, see what's inside. Oh my gosh, I wonder. Spaceship? Huh. I don't know what that is. Okay, now I'm just gonna use the beetle to hit the time shift stone real quick. Just because I'm a curious cat. And... oh. Alright, that's a lot less exciting than I thought it would be. Okay, I thought there would be at least like a couple dust piles or something, but nope, not even that. Okay, and then the way forward is right here. Oh, and by doing this I actually skipped the beamos! And some conveyor belts! That was totally on purpose, guys! Anyway, these steam things, they're actually gonna be active even in the past. So... you know, staying in the future, staying in the past is actually not anything that helps you at all. So, you know, just, yeah. Also, is there like a treasure chest or something up here? Let me just check. Oh yeah, there is a treasure chest. That's probably just rupees, but I'm just gonna grab it. Yep, I knew it. Yeah, it seems like these small chests are always rupees. And then this is just a shortcut. Oh, awesome. Yeah, just in case like you come back into the temple and then you want to go straight to the boss door. Yeah, you can just do that. Instead of, you know, having to follow a minecart. But anyway, now that we're over here, we can actually do this thing. So yeah, this is the skip that really helps. You know, you're gonna end up here on this side right away. And then you can just go into that door and then just grab the thing that you need instead of having to go through this entire section right here. So yeah, it's a cool skip, but not like, you know, people use that anymore because, well, back in time. Yeah, back in time it's such an overpowered glitch, and it's one of those that makes the game feel a little broken, because like, oh, come on Link, hurry! Oh my gosh, I almost went out of range there. Yeah, it's just one of those glitches that makes the game kind of unrecognizable when it comes to the speedruns, you know? Like, it's just so different. It just changes the way the game looks so much that, I don't know, at some point it's like, are you even playing Zelda anymore? Also, this one goes like this. No, like this. Nope, that's still not it. Okay, let me just try turning it around like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn it around like this. And there we go. Man, I love these puzzles. There is, of course, like a shortest route. It's always gonna start the same way. So, in order to put it in the right place, you always have to do the same movement. But it's not like I memorized what movement we have to do, you know? And also, look at this. Time shift stones are so cool. And in here we have lots of sand. Huh. At least it's not sink sand. I mean, if it was, then we would be in real bad trouble. And luckily we do have some pots all around the place. But luckily, I mean, hopefully, we're not gonna face Ghirahim. So I hope it's not Ghirahim! Oh no, it's just Mortal Kombat person number 2. Or something. Meet the 1,000-year reckoned Moldark! I always thought it was like Moldark, but nope, Moldark. One thing that you can do is just use the slingshot to stun the claws, and then get multiple hits in. I recommend going after the short claw first, and then the long claw of the law, just because of hitbox and stuff. Also, it's a good idea to kind of corner this guy up against the wall, because if it is close enough to the wall, when you get rid of these claws, then okay, we should have one more hit cycle thing. Okay, there we go, you're stunned, there we go. Yeah, if it is close enough to the wall, then it will actually not do this thing that it just did. So that's a really useful thing in order to beat the boss very fast. So there we go. Unfortunately, like, I don't really care. I think it's cooler if you just don't use these powerful skips to take care of the boss, you know. And in case you're wondering, yeah, this is basically an Araka 1,000 years later. Yeah. And then just keep step. Oh, I just needed one more hit. Alright, I'll take it, I guess. But alright. Whew. Honestly, at this point, not the most difficult thing we've faced. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think that Technoblins are more difficult and more dangerous overall. If you remember to use the slingshot and then, you know, to backflip out of the way of his attacks and all that good stuff, then Moldark is really not too bad. To the point where, yeah, Technoblins are more dangerous. What I would like to see is, you know, I would have liked it if they had done it this way, but they didn't, you know. Game design choices, whatever. I would have liked to see this battle take place in the past with an electric Moldark. That would just be so much cooler, especially because of something that we'll see later on in the game. That kind of makes this fight feel like not too special at all. So if this one fight had taken place in the past, you know, with all the futuristic stuff and electricity, yeah, I think it would have been like a much better boss fight for this dungeon, especially if we had to do something with the time shift stones during the boss fight. You know, this dungeon, as I said, it is the cutoff point where it separates like very skilled players from not so skilled players that can't control the beetle. So, you know, it would just be so much cooler if that one boss fight had taken place in the past with electricity, or at least, I mean, if it had used time travel, or if at least it took place entirely in the past and Molder Arc had some electricity. I get that it's like the 1,000-year-old whatever, but you could just change that. You're literally writing how the game works. So, you know, you could just change it. Yeah. Also, I just like sending out the beetle here because it's just cool to see the speed of the minecart when compared to the speed of the beetle and the fast beetle. But anyway, out here we should finally be out of the dungeon and in the Temple of Time. Hearing this song has never felt so good. Impa! Your Grace! Quickly! To the gate! My dude! My dude, here! You need this where you're going! Go, now! My dude? I will. You have my thanks, my dude. My dude! Hey. You must go now. Return to the old woman at the sealed grounds. Tell her what happened here. She'll know where you must go. And know that we will be— I'll see you again! This isn't goodbye, my dude! I promise! Now you've done it, my dude! I blame myself! I should have reprimanded you the last time we met, but instead, I was soft. I take pleasure in punishing you, but I have no time for recreation. But next time, I'll do more than just beat you senseless. I'll make the affair so excruciating, you will deafen yourself with the shrill sound of your own screams.